It's a unique art and design exhibition by Maisha Studio in Chennai. It's called Local 24. Ordinary, mundane subjects have become beautiful works of art here. Thank you very much for your time. With me, Aishwarya Manivannan, the curator and also the creative director. Why local?
Thank you very much for having me. Vanakkam and welcome to Local. The reason why I picked the theme local is because I feel that there is a very strong need to be aware of our environment, to develop a sense of belonging and rooting to whichever space that we live in. Right now, we are in Chennai, and Chennai is a place where people and community is what makes us very strong. There are mundane elements around us, every single nook and corner, but they all have the tendency to give us so much of inspiration. So as young artists and designers, I want them to look up from their screens, pay more attention to what is happening around them, connect more with the people, the art, the place, the environment that they live in, so that they can, build empires based on their roots wherever they are in the world.
16 young artists have done this. Give us a sense of how the process works from the time they share an idea with you till you get the finished complete work of art.
So we started this process about 4 months ago, and so the works that you see here are all specifically made for local as an exhibition. And so starting from concept development and ideation, I believe that every artwork that is created needs to have many layers of details. It's very easy to create something that looks beautiful, but I want the students to really sit with their thoughts, reflect, introspect, research, speak to people, go out, experience what it means to be local in today's global world, and use all of that input to develop their work. So it's a combination of both conceptual skills and technical skills that you see right now. And it's not just about the work that you see out here, but in a sense, the process is more important than the outcome. So this is just the tip of the iceberg from that point of view.
So when someone comes up with an idea, you don't immediately approve it.
No, I don't. Because I feel that the first idea or the first few ideas are still just scraping the surface of your thought process. And when you delve deeper, you realize that you find so many more connections, and it becomes a lot more insightful and a lot more dynamic when you spend more time. And the basis of creativity is connecting things that are seemingly unconnected. And you will see that in all of our work, like how a student has taken mosquitoes and mosquito net and created a beautiful installation out of it. It's about celebrating the mundane, and we've done that with every single project.
There is a craze towards studying engineering, medicine, and how important for young students to have a love for art.
With art and design, if you think about it, we are surrounded by products of art and design in every corner of our built environment. Be it the building that you live in, be it the mic that you're holding, the toothbrush that we use to brush our teeth every morning, the spectacles that we wear, the clothes that we wear, the chair that we sit on, the doorknob that we hold, every single thing around us has a designer behind it. And so design is very much a very primary and important and intrinsic element of our life, which also makes it a very important and viable career option for all the students who are interested.
Can art be a lucrative career as well, the long term?
Very much. And I think as Indians, it's very much in our blood. Whether it's centuries or thousands of years ago, or any nook and corner of the country, be it the kolam, be it a bindi, be it our textiles or our art and architecture, we have art in our blood. And so it doesn't matter what field you are in. I think what matters is to believe that creativity is a way of life. And so I have a lot of students who still get into business and finance, but they know that creativity and problem solving will make them a leader in any role. And that is what I wish to achieve with all my students.
So much of digital technology is taking over our daily part of our life. Does it become a challenge in terms of creativity, or does it supplement?
I feel anything digital, technology, AI, these are all very beautiful tools that we can embrace, flaunt, and help us make our work even better, increase the amount of possibilities that we're able to come up with, right? Technology is going to be the future, and I don't see them as competition. I'd rather see them as, a companion who I would like to work with, wherein I have my ideas and AI has its own ideas, and if we combine the two, then we can create something even better. So I believe in embracing all the opportunities and possibilities that the world throws at us.
As a mentor, tell us about the joy you experience when the idea you helped develop becomes a work of art after a month or two.
It is the most beautiful part of my job, if I may say so, because these are all young artists and designers, just 13 to 23 years of age, where they're evolving so much as individuals, right? So they not just grow in terms of their technical skills, but emotionally, intellectually, they grow and evolve so much in this process by speaking to public, by putting up their work in an exhibition like this. And to me, that is the most fulfilling part, because I see that with every step they take, they are understanding a new facet of their own capability, which means that when this exhibition gets over, if they were at a scale of 60% of understanding their potential, by the end of the exhibition, they're at an 85, which means from there, they're going to move forward. And that is a huge jump for a person's creative journey, and which is why these experiences are so important.
A majority of art students and also successful artists are affluent from wealthy background. Is art turning into something like the preserve of the rich?
Not at all. Quite honestly, I myself work with people from a lot of different backgrounds, not just in terms of the underprivileged or the privileged, but also people of different needs. And even during local, the very first day on the 14th, we had private tours for the deaf community, for the speech and hearing impaired, blind community, people with various physical disabilities and special needs as well. And a lot of them came forward and told me that they want to pursue art and design as a career. So it doesn't matter where you come from, but what matters in the creative industry is your skill set, which is why we see people from a vast range of backgrounds making design their career, which means that they're doing something that they love, but they're also able to successfully establish a comfortable life, which is why design is such a great place to be.
Lastly, you're also a world champion in Silambam, a martial art. Which is your first love, Silambam or art?
It's like asking to pick between two babies or splitting my name in half and asking me to pick one. I feel that we are all very multidimensional as individuals. And so for me, art is the basis. Whether it's a martial art, whether it's a visual art or a design, all of them together is what makes me me. So it's two sides of the same coin, so I can't pick one.
Thank you so much, Aishwarya, for your time. That was Aishwarya Manivannan, the curator of this unique art and design exhibition called Local 24, Ordinary Mundane Themes Becoming Beautiful Works of Art. With me, Jasmita, she has taken Evil Eye as a theme for her work of art. What attracted you?
So I feel like everywhere we go in Chennai, not just in Chennai but all over India, I feel we see the same concept of drishti everywhere. So these drishti bommes and all of those things in many places. So I feel so I wanted to depict drishti bomma in my own way. So I made it more colorful and more interesting. So these are ones that I've designed by myself. So
there's beauty in the most common things.
Exactly. So I feel like everything that we see around, we might not give much importance to it. We might not notice it too, but I feel like everything has potential around us. Taking from even basic things that we use, we don't give that importance to it. But when we look into its basic necessities and its needs, I feel we tend to understand its importance and value.
What's the joy you get when you look at the completed work of art?
It's more like the whole process itself, like which includes my hard work, my dedication to it specifically. So also it's mainly about the process, because I know how it went from the beginning till the end. So I can see everything, be it flaws, be it the best part of it. I can see clearly through.
Your career plan?
I'm wishing to take up FMI, that's Fashion Media and Industries, which is more about branding and marketing.
With me, Rukma, who has taken the Nagalingam flower as a theme for her work of art. Thank you very much. What drew you towards this flower?
So this piece is a tribute to all the superstitions that we have as local people. So superstitions are a part of local culture, and the Nagalingam tree, like the cannonball tree, is one such tree, myth which is worshipped by childless couples. And so I wanted to create a piece where the superstition, all the superstitions that we do have, they do have a science backing to it. And this one especially is supposed to be a resemblance of Nagar, which is one of the deities that we see in Hindu temples, and that is also for childbirth, etc. So,
For budding artists, do you think art can be a full-time lucrative profession?
I think yes, absolutely. Art is something that is vast and it has a lot of depth in it. So those who are able to appreciate it, it definitely creates a difference in them.
You're willing to pay?
Yes, they're willing to pay. Yeah. So it is definitely whoever, all the upcoming artists and budding artists, if they do wish to proceed in this line, I think it's a great time, because right now there's a lot of attention towards the arts, towards the creative side. So I think this is a great time for that kind of flourishment.
Well, Pune has taken inspiration from the back of lorries on highways across Tamil Nadu. So what's the story you're trying to tell?
So I've been taking these pictures over 2 summers. I had about 92 pictures at the end of it, and I really liked how it looked like a collage. And I thought that the excess of things was very interesting to me. And there are so many things, like some of the trucks were moving furniture, and there were these cupboards that made an interesting composition and etc. So I wanted to do something for that.
How difficult or easy is searching for a theme?
For me, I just take pictures of what I find interesting, and I find the most mundane things interesting, like the back of lorries, and then I try to make a concept out of it. But that's just my creative process. I know a lot of other people tend to work the other way, but for me, I just take pictures, and then I feel that everything always has a meaning, and I just try to find the meaning in the mundane things.
Digital technology, I'm sure you use.
Yes.
And does it help you to improve your work, or does it you get all the creative ideas from technology?
No, I think it's a great tool, especially because I also work with textiles, and we use a lot of software to make these repetitive patterns and etc. So for me, it's always a tool, but I always start manual. I always start by sketching, and then I turn it digital.
Lastly, why did you choose art when the trend among many is to choose, say, engineering or science?
I've always been interested in art from a very young age. I think I started art classes around 10 years old, and it's just something that I always knew. So actually both my parents are doctors, and thankfully they've been very supportive in what I wanted to do, and I've always been clear.
What's that you love about art?
I think it's just a way of expression for me, and it's just something that comes naturally. I like that I'm able to create things and other people are able to experience it in so many different ways, because I know when someone looks at one piece of art that I make, they have so many opinions, and that's always very interesting to me.
Lastly, did your doctor parents ask you to choose medicine?
No, they never did actually. I was very lucky in that way. I was very clear from grade 6 that I will not be choosing medicine, so they have always been supportive.
Nitin Suresh has taken inspiration from the crowds outside the government-run liquor shops across Tamil Nadu. That's an uncommon idea.
Yeah, it is pretty, what do I say, taboo, maybe I could say use the word taboo as a topic, yeah. So as I was passing by a Taskmark one day, I just saw the queue, and I was kind of fascinated by the human interaction outside the Taskmark. Like how people from all different walks of life come to this one place and just to get alcohol. And that kind of fascinated me, and I wanted to capture that using this piece. And I also wanted to have a social commentary on how Taskmark is a monopoly in the state, and how there's a certain distaste with the public for that, considering the prices and the options available. So yeah, that's what my piece talks about.
You also have a collage on the attire.
Yeah. That piece talks more about the human interaction outside. The different patches of cloth represents a different person, and it's laid across as how they would sit and stand outside a task mark.
You priced this at 40,000 rupees.
Uh,
How do you fix?
We don't set the price actually. Our mentor Aishwarya Manivannan, she sets the price according to the industry standards and how much time and effort we put into our work.
Do you think you want to make art as your full-time profession in the future?
Of course, I see this as a great opportunity, especially for the youngsters nowadays. Through the advent of social media, I think it's one of the best times to be an artist and to go out there and showcase your talents.
Any tips for budding or aspiring artists?
Just begin. Just don't think. Just start. Because a lot of people don't realize the potential without starting. They just think they're not fit for it. But you won't know it until you've tried it and put it out there.
Mayappan, your theme is Chennai through the buildings. Tell me about the choice of buildings for them.
So I chose the most visually appealing and iconic buildings to me. So I chose Taraport Towers and the LIC building and St. Andrew's Church.
Any particular reasons behind these?
Yeah, so I wanted to showcase the different varieties of architectures in Chennai. So I chose St. Andrew's Church because of its neoclassical architecture, and LIC building because it was one of the tallest buildings in Chennai in its time. And also it was a major building in the conversion of limestone structures to more modern architecture. And the Taraport Tower, it holds a special place in my heart for various reasons.
These are hand-drawn or did you use computers?
It's digitally hand-drawn and I printed it on paper.
What's your career plan?
I'm aspiring to be an architect. I want to be an architect.
Right. And amid technological developments, how much of, for creativity, how much you depend on yourself than technology?
I believe there's always, it's always us who make, you need an idea to make it. And to maybe showcase it, you can use digital things like I've used here. But yeah.
Lastly, why do you think art is important for young people?
Art helps, for me personally, it helps me express my thoughts and emotions that I can't tell in words. So it helps me to be expressive, which I think is very important for teenagers of this time.
Why isn't art popular among boys? Among the 16 artists here, only 3 are boys.
So I think it's more of a parent thing. Parents control a major part of our choices, and a lot of parents think art is not masculine enough, and that's the major reason. But fortunately for me, that's not the case.
Dia, you're the youngest artist in this exhibition. Your theme is seeing.
So the first eye is able to see beyond things that exist, and the second eye is not able to see those things. So
How much time it took to finish this?
took 1 to 2 months.
What's that you love about being an artist?
So I love is being able to express what I feel and being able to express things that I can't show using actions or emotions.
And tell me about the first picture.
So the first picture is when the eye is open and there's Tirukural written all around it, which is based on gratitude and truthfulness. So these are certain things that only certain people will be able to accept and see. So I've drawn it on an open eye.
Some other paintings also have done. The old lady. Tell me about that.
So the old lady and the tata is based on the Marina Beach where there's bottle vendors and manga sellers. So I wanted to take both their elements and combine them together.
Lastly, how did you select these themes?
So I'd selected the eye theme by thinking of the third eye, and I wanted to incorporate local by writing the Tirukural. And the Marina Beach, I feel like it's something, a bottle vendor and manga seller is something that people see often when they pass by the Marina Beach. So I wanted to incorporate that.
How important is for young people like you to have a love for art?
I think it's very important. I think it's a medium of exploring and being able to express things that you won't be able to express in any other way. So
Can this be a career, a full-time profession?
yes, design is a career.
What's your plan?
So it's either animation or fashion designing. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Simple, ordinary themes turning into extraordinary works of art. If you're an art lover or if you just want to get a taste of it, you may want to visit this exhibition in Chennai, open till Thursday at the Lalit Kala Academy. In Chennai with Suresh, Sam Daniel, Find the TV.